Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Joe. Joe, how are you doing today?
It is an awesome day. Thank you for allowing me to be here. And thank you for all of your listeners and viewers for investing their time with us today, because time is our most valuable asset.
Indeed. Yeah. So, Joe, let us know where you live and what you do.
I'm in Santa Clara, California, and I help entrepreneurs build a business that works without you. Otherwise, you have a job or a hobby, and both are okay. Just know what you're building.
That's great. That's interesting. So let us know a little bit more. What are your core responsibilities and how you spend your whole day in your business?
So I am founder and CEO and president of Brainshare Business Mentors. So we've been doing this for a little over 15 years. We've helped over 10,000 businesses. And my days are spent talking with clients like you and doing nonprofit work. That's kind of the off time is spent with my family. My dad is here, who's 96, and he's visiting, and he's heading back to your neck of the woods this afternoon, heading to Dallas. I know you guys are or was in Austin, but I get to spend time with the family. I love scuba diving and helping people. The more people we help, the better the universe is.
Awesome. So how you keep this energy? Like, I believe this is one of the most important thing in entrepreneurship, to keep the energy. So like, from where you get this a lot of energy? I can see.
Well, there's lots of different things. One is gratitudes. I mean, I am just so grateful to be here today with you. I'm grateful for everything that I've been given in my life. The universe is a great place to be. And the more we give back, the more we get. And it's not about getting it, it's about helping people. And, you know, as Zig Ziglar said, you want to make $1 million, help 1 million people. Life is simple.
Awesome. So how you started this business? Like, what was the inspiration behind? Because inspiration is an important element of any business, any business. So how you got the inspiration, and what you think, what's the importance of inspiration?
So, well, it's like know your why, like Simon Sinek says. And by the way, these books are not fake. They're, you want to earn more, learn more. Life is pretty simple. AI has helped that a tremendous amount, but you still, want to earn more, learn more. It's kind of a funny story, actually. I retired in 2007 to go buy my island. But as you may remember, I moved all my investments from the stock market after the dot-com bust, and I lost a bunch of money, into real estate, because real estate was safe. Well, not in 2008. Everything crashed and burned. My investments were all underwater. And I said, well, what am I going to do until that kind of pops back up? And I'm walking down El Camino Real here in Silicon Valley, and I'm like, boy, a lot of businesses are having problems. Maybe I can help. And that's when I started this journey. It was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 year gig. And 16 years later, I'm having fun. I'm helping a ton of people, and I'm just enjoying things. So when you're helping people, to me, that's giving back to the universe, and that's what I enjoy and love.
Interesting.
What's really interesting is I thought I knew a lot, because I worked in a Fortune 50 company for 25 years. I ran all kinds of things. I thought I knew a lot about business, but what I found out, I knew a lot about big business, but I didn't know anything about small business entrepreneurship and starting up a business. And I had to go back and relearn a whole lot of stuff. And literally the first 2 years was learning about how to start a business, what you need to do, how you need to put your brain share. This is where brain share came from. Where do you put your brain share? Because you've got so many things you've got to do as an entrepreneur. You've got to be the VP of, or you got to be the CEO and the VP of marketing and the VP of sales and the CFO, and you got to be all of these. And that's where most people crash and burn, is they get so overwhelmed and they're like, forget this. This is hard. I'm going to go back and find a job.
Yeah,
a lot of people do that, and that's okay. Everything is okay. running a business is not for everybody. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Also, the most rewarding thing you'll ever do.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. I think this is most enjoyable thing as well. Like when you are living a dream job, or like you are doing an entrepreneurship is your dream, then you are living in a heaven as well. Even if you are facing challenges, because challenges are meant to be for the entrepreneurs.
Eh, eh, I had a client a couple of weeks ago. They said, "Oh, well, as soon as we fix this, everything will be okay." I'm like, "No, it's a business. There's always going to be another constraint." Like the goal talks about and theory of constraints. When you're running a business, there's always another constraint in the business. That's what's the fun part. There's always another challenge. And in my brain, as long as you're doing something to help the universe, you're doing the right thing and it's going to make everything okay.
Awesome. So, Joe, let us know a little bit about the Brainshare. Like, what is the biggest differentiator of the Brainshare? I can understand. Like, two of them are completely visible for me. One, your a lot of knowledge, and second, in fact, the first one is your energy. A lot of energy. This is the very first thing, and the second thing is your knowledge. Very good knowledge. So, what would be the other differentiator of Brainshare?
I think there's one is it's a systematic approach. Building a business is like building a house. And the two major things that I see in most of my entrepreneurs is their time allocations. They're not consciously making an effort to figure out where do I need to spend my time. They just get into this reactive mode versus a proactive mode of, okay, here's where I need to be spending my time. Here's my roadmap to get to where I need to go on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and whether and there's lots of tools out there. I'm not saying my tools are the best for everybody, but figure out what's your goal, allocate your time, put your processes together, and know your finances. That's the boring part of a business.
Awesome.
It
Awesome.
is. It's boring.
Yeah.
Marketing is fun. Sales is fun. But that foundation piece of the business, if you don't have a strong foundation, sooner or later, just like a building, it will collapse. So will your business.
Yeah, makes sense. So when we are talking about this thing, I think we should know about your ideal client as well. Like who could be your ideal client? From which niche it could be, from which business it could be.
Okay, so about 4 years ago, I launched Brainshare.us, which is us, is like you and me, baby. So this is an online learning platform because I couldn't help enough people one-on-one. So I launched Brainshare, and that's at that 2 million and less kind of that startup business. I've got a whole startup system that's there. I've got everything to build a business that works without you in that system. Now, that system is very generic, and because every business is the same, yet every business is unique. So once you get that understanding of how to build the business, that's the kind of the foundation that gets you typically up to that 3 million spot. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, my business is different. And I'm going to go, yes, it is different. Now we have to customize everything for your specific business. And that's where we move into kind of that $5 to $20 million space. And then when we get in above that, we really get into this. So there's kind of three different targets. The online learning system is a very inexpensive way to get into that. That's like less than $200 a month. And then the one-on-one or the mentoring goes up to somewhere between $3,000 and $10,000 a month. But if you're making $1 million more, that's a good investment. And marketing is all about investment. If you spend $1, you better get $3 to $5 back. Otherwise, why do it?
Makes sense. Makes sense. So I believe any type of company can avail this for sure, because you are going to let them know about the foundations as well. Because most of the time, what companies do is like they do have some team of, let's say, 5%, and now they are going on sales. They are going on the road of sales. Let's start doing this. Let's find the client. So I think this is the myth that we are busting today.
Yes. Well, it's this foundation, and it's not hard. And you're going to go back and you're going to rebuild that. And you're going to strengthen the foundation. But jumping into sales and marketing without that foundation, you're going to go, oh, I got sales. No, wait, I got finance. Oh, I got it. With a good calendaring system in place, you can brain share what you need to do when you need to do it. That doesn't mean it's all going to be systematic. And no, every day something changes. This morning I got a phone call that says I need to see you at 4 o'clock, and I'm like, wait a minute, okay. So every day. But that's what's fun about business.
Yeah, makes sense. Completely makes sense. So let's jump one step ahead. So on the marketing side, what do you say about the digital marketing? So do you think digital marketing is an essential today for the businesses of all the type?
Yes, it's like, this is platinum blonde hair. So back when I started, there was the yellow pages, right? You had to go into a book and look. Well, digital marketing is like the yellow pages. You got to be there, otherwise nobody will find you. But that isn't the only thing you need to do. You need to be looking at all of your different marketing strategies, and you got to be doing an ROI analysis, not a return on ad spend. You got to be looking at your ROI, return on your investment, dollar spent, dollar back. Okay. And it's all testing and measuring. You got to test it. Is it working? How much is it doing? What's it doing? So marketing is math.
Makes sense. All right. So understand the process, how you onboard a client.
So first of all, we have a couple of meetings and figure out what they need and where they're at. And then we'll make recommendations on, well, does it make sense for them to go to the online learning system and get that going? What knowledge base do they have? What books do they need to read? What knowledge do they need to gain? And then we put together a plan, just like you do for your business. You got a plan. If without a plan, you're just running around in circles. So depending on where you're at, I typically sit and say, okay, here's what we need to look at with your business. And then we dive in there. We might have to go down typically to the base and start and review everything to build it back up. But that first initial consultation is kind of the start of everything, whether it's an online learning system, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's a group program, or whether it's a different program. It's all okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So, in terms of measuring a success, how do you measure the success? Like, how should we measure the success on the basis of revenue? And what are the other elements more than revenue?
To me, revenue is irrelevant. What? Because you can have $100 million in revenue, but losing 50 million doesn't matter. That's not what matters. What matters is money in your pocket. It's the profit. That's what matters. So if you're not putting money in your pocket, why work so hard? I mean, there's a ton of books. I love Profit First, another great book that talks about this. Pay yourself first. So understanding it's not necessarily, but you can also have a plan that, I'm going to, Amazon, how much money did they lose that first, many years? But there was a plan, and it was a strategy and tactics and implementation. So understanding what your plan is, execute, and then adjust as you go. But it's profit to me, revenue is not the answer. It's profit, and for me, how many people I get to help.
Well, I think we busted few of the myths today.
Well, I'm going to go get funding, so I got revenue. Yeah, you got revenue, but you got any profit? I mean, why work so hard if you can't put money in your pocket? That's my take on things.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense completely.
I watch too many businesses crash and burn because, we've got revenue, yes, but no profit. Guess what? You're not going to be in business for very long.
All right, got it. So, at the end, let us know a little bit, what is the point when someone should start thinking about the expansion plans or the growth plans? Like, growth plans are always there, but what should be
at the beginning? At the beginning, when do you want to sell the business? You can't take it with you. You got to put. Now, here's the cool part about setting goals. Whose goals are they? When you set your goal, whose goal is it?
Firstly, my goal.
Who can change it?
Yeah.
Who can change it?
I can change it.
When can you change it? Anytime you want. I've been goal setting since I was 14 years old. I've never ever hit one of my 5-year goals because they change. It's okay. Goal setting is so you can got a direction and you get momentum going. You can adjust as you go. It's like you ever get on a jet ski? You get on a jet ski. If it's sitting there, you can't do anything. You can't steer. Once you get moving, you can steer. Business is the same way. If you're sitting there, you can't do anything. Set a goal, start going, and you can adjust as you go, and you will, no matter what your goals are. I've never seen one do a straight line. It's an adjustment as you go.
Completely makes sense, Joe. It was really nice. So at the end, what would be your biggest piece of advice for the entrepreneurs who are struggling with their business or the challenges, and the ones who are dreaming to be their own boss?
Stop dreaming and start doing.
That's it. I think
Stop dreaming and start doing. Get into, get into action. Get moving. Put your plan in place and start. It's never going to be exactly right. It's okay. Read a book, The Lean Startup, E-Myth Revisited, The Goal. I mean, there's tons of information out there, and with AI, you can get it in your brain fast. The world's changed so fast, but get started. Put your plan in place. Get running. See what happens. It's never going to be exactly what you expected, but that's kind of the fun part. And if you're helping people, helping the universe, everything's going to work out.
Awesome. Awesome.
And if you get stuck, give me a call.
Yeah. Please let us know how we can give you a call, how viewers can reach you.
Go to brainshare.us. And up at the top, it says schedule a call with Joe. So schedule a call. We'll get on for half an hour, figure out where you're at, where you want to go, and how to get you there in the most expedient manner. That's brainshare.us, like you and me, baby.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a great thing. Brainshare, thanks. Thanks for providing these services.
Yeah, and if you really don't want to do it, you can get my book available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. It's a best-selling book. It talks about how to allocate your time appropriately. And if you're not sure, give me a call. We're here to help, and that's what it's all about.
That's great, Joe. So nice of you. Thanks for joining us today. I really enjoyed it and laughed a lot. I think I never laughed that much in any of our podcasts.
Hey, we're here to have fun and help people. Life is pretty simple.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you, Joe. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. You have a great day. Happy Wednesday. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.